Hello and welcome to an introduction to breaking news coverage. This is M02 Digital Media Reporting and Writing at Moorpark College, and my name is Professor Kelsey Stewart. What is breaking news? We hear terms like special report, special coverage, news flash. We interrupt this scheduled programming to bring you. Do these terms register? Prior to 2010 to 2013, these terms were designated only for breaking news stories. Stories that were so significant, their live coverage prioritized regular programming. Breaking news is defined as newly received information about an event that is currently occurring or happening. Today, we can expect to see consistent breaking news stories on all media outlets. Why do you think that is? Much has to do with our ability to stay constantly aware of what is going on and the need to fill 24/7 news requirements. How to cover breaking news. The first to report. With so many stations, publications, and other media outlets, much of the hype with breaking news coverage comes with the precedent of who owns a story, who covered it first. Kobe's crash. Who was the first media outlet there? TMZ was, actually. It was so early, in fact, they faced heavy criticism for their early publication. This criticism came mainly from the LA County Sheriff, as they had yet to notify families of the fatal crash. Whenever a big story breaks, news organizations have to gauge how fast is too fast. For reports on tragedies, journalists face the issue of whether or not to put their drive to be first above sensitivity toward victims and members of their family. With the breakneck pace of reporting ushering in the digital media, reporters looking to be first also put themselves at risk of publishing or broadcasting false reports. This was evidence as a journalist completed to confirm the death of 41-year-old basketball star so famous that he went by only one name. Examples of cautionary confirmation of coverage. The Los Angeles Times exercised caution as it worked to confirm the TMZ report using its Twitter account to tell readers that it would not publish news before verifying it. As reported by the Washington Post, we are aware of reports about Kobe Bryant and are currently investigating, the newspaper said on Twitter at 2:36 p.m. Eastern Time. We will update here as soon as we can confirm anything. This is the New York Times reporting on what the LA Times Twitter feed announced. Once confirmed, the LA Times released this tweet. We have dropped the paywall on our stories about Kobe Bryant. The Lakers legend was killed in a helicopter crash in Calabasas this morning, along with 4 others who have not yet been identified. Of course, others, more than 4 were killed, but this is what they had so far. However, some did not wait and rushed publications. Matt Gutman, chief national correspondent at the ABC News, reported that all 4 of Kobe's children were believed to be killed in the crash. Felisa Shawne, in a Sunday afternoon tweet, wrote on the rape article referenced in 2003. She was later suspended from the Washington Post and later reinstated. Later that day, Andrew Doughty received 600,000 likes when he tweeted for journalists to lose their jobs today for rushing reports. Being the first is not worth it if you are forced to write an apology or correction afterwards. Take the time to cover it thoroughly and professionally the first time through. Your reputation as a journalist depends on it. Writing on a deadline. Breaking news stories deadlines are immediate. First, you must confirm eyewitness accounts with authorities. Second, you must find your own angle. 3, never assume. And 4, never speculate. Sometimes those involved in a mass chaos of shooting, fire, or some sort of traumatic event are unable to effectively recall what happened. It's best to confirm their accounts with authorities before publication. For example, back in 2011, there was a mass shooting in Tucson, Arizona, where many news outlets such as the NPR, CNN, and the New York Times, after interviewing eyewitness accounts, all confirmed the death of Representative Gabriella Giffords. These news outlets tweeted out to millions of their followers of her death. One eyewitness account said they saw her slumped in the corner with an apparent gunshot wound to her head. She was bleeding down her face. It was an accurate description, but the reporters assumed she had died from that description. Once NPR reporters reported on her death, everyone else followed. Be sure to find your own information. Don't rely on anyone else. Don't assume fatalities and never post or report assumptions unless first confirmed with a medical examiner. Report the truth and don't deviate. Take the LA Times example of the Kobe Bryant coverage and choose words like, "We are aware of the reports of this fatality or this crash. We are investigating and will update our readers shortly." In a sense, you are owning your knowledge of either a rumor or a factual event, but you are professionally reporting rather than spreading rumors. Are there any more questions? Our advanced journalism course, M03, follows up on this lecture with tips on how to create a breaking news network, how to secure media access, and writing the breaking news story. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in class.